we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Oh, you and I, we got it. Oh, we don't need no can weather any storm. Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon. Side by side and through. No limit to what we can do. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Oh, you and I, we got it. Oh, we don't need no more.
Hey there.
The other one. Hey there. Now it's weird because Facebook is saying 3:30 seconds. Now we're live. Hey, so that is Jeremiah J. Man Monero, and I am
Jeffrey Scott Stanton.
This is Wacky Mondays.
Monday.
What is this podcast about? Does someone just ask us what is this podcast? It's much to say about nothing. That's the podcast.
Yep.
If you have a topic, put it in there. If you don't have a topic, don't put it in there.
Yeah, MTSAN, here's where I get excited.
I'm getting feedback from you.
Yeah, you are? Okay, hold on.
It's coming from the Zoom.
Here's what we gotta do. Change my speaker to external headphones. Boom, boom.
Now I hear static.
Stop.
Not here, I hear static. I hear myself.
What's
I
happening?
hear static.
Select the speaker.
Well, as J-Man is trying to work out the kinks,
Keep
you know,
going.
J-Man, everything live video. Maybe that's why I didn't choose him for NAR.
You know, Jeffrey Scott Stanton, show up and complain about stuff.
I have a topic.
Hold on, let me see here. So
I have a
that's
couple
gonna go
topics.
live, Mike. That's funny. I'm just gonna select no speaker at all for.
So I'm gonna. This isn't notes. I got some. Mike Ferry sent me something. I was reading it while I was waiting for you. Can you hear me at all? So do me a favor. If you're on Instagram, or if you're on Facebook, and you're hearing an echo, let me know. Because I hear it.
I hear it. Hold on. I'm gonna fix it.
I don't have any echo.
They don't have any echo on Zoom, but it's virtual.
Now I hear static on static's coming through one of these. So everybody, this is how you should do a show before you do a show.
virtual mic.
Where's that static?
Monitor. Oh.
Hold on, I'm trying to figure. It's not that. It's an Instagram static.
Listen here.
You don't hear that? Hold on.
Zoom is funny because I have. Okay.
Is there? So
Now
do me
I
a
just
favor.
heard
On
something
if
come
you're on Instagram, tell me if you're getting static.
I'm leaving computer audio. They won't be able to hear me.
I'm on Zoom. It's loud and clear.
I can hear him perfectly. That's weird. I never could before. All right. So this is much to say about nothing with
Jeremiah's J Man Monero.
and Jeffrey Scott Stanton. How's everybody doing today? How's everybody's weekend? Did everybody have a phenomenal week? So I did a lot of. Now you are echo too, J Man. Facebook. So Holly says you're echoing. Holly, is he still echoing?
Is that better? La 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 la
Yeah.
la la la.
So let us know if you can hear on the Facebook. Let us know because they're saying they can barely hear us on
I
the
think
Facebook.
it's coming from. Oh
Shoot.
shoot. Go ahead.
All right,
you
we may
hold
do this
for a
as
second.
okay. So I'm
you
going
there.
where I'm going, J-Man. So, can you guys hear me? No, but you are Jeffrey Scott Stanton. Okay, so if you can hear me,
Oh my god! This is
I don't wanna
the
go this- okay.
funniest day ever.
Holly, if you can hear me, write yes on Facebook. If you can hear me on Instagram, write yes. This is great. This is great. I don't know if anyone can hear us or not. Okay, perfect. So you guys can hear me. Great. So this is the conversation. So as we were starting and J-Man was just destroying his studio, we started talking about the I Have a Dream speech. Why? We just did. So I said, you know what? I want to talk about that. I want to talk about Martin Luther King and the orator that he was. And J-Man's like, no, let's not talk about that. This is what I'm going to do. Because I'm going to relate it to real estate. So if you understand the background of what was happening at the time that Martin Luther King became the orator, the phenomenal speaker that he was, you'll understand that his idea was not new. It wasn't. There was a lot of other people speaking about the same exact thing at the same exact time that didn't get as much of a following as he did. And I said to J-Man, I said, one of the things that Martin Luther King was, he said, I have a dream. He didn't say I have a plan. He didn't say I have a 54, checklist approach. He just said I had a dream. And people bought into his dream. And this is going to be really good if you're a team leader, a manager, or anything like that, or want to be a team leader or manager. How did he get all those people to show up for his speech? Did they do a bunch of cold calling? No. Did they, door knock the neighborhood and put flyers out? Somewhat. But how did they get that many people to show? Well, first of all, everybody bought into his dream to show. And the other thing is that they shared his dream and said, we're going to go down there and we're going to talk about our dream, not our planned approach, not our checklist, not our marketing, our dream. And he went to places like churches and he went to places like barbershops where they could share the word verbally, where everybody would tell everybody. Now, I'm just going to relate this to real estate. Real estate right now, we literally, this is what J-Man gets nervous, we literally put out tons of flyers, pay for tons of marketing, pay for newspaper ads to get people to show up to our quote-unquote events or open houses. Why? Because we're selling someone a product. We're not selling someone a dream. And that's the difference. Because there were people who were actually better orators, better speakers than Martin Luther King at the time. But he was the one that had it, I have a dream. Everybody else was, I have a plan. Do you think people buy more into a plan or people buy more into a dream, especially when they're going to follow you? So if you have a manager that has a plan, you may buy into that plan, but if you have a leader, that's the difference. If you had a leader that has a dream, believes in something strongly enough, that vision, you will follow that person because of their vision. That's the difference. I don't know what would have happened or what wouldn't have happened if he would have said, I have a plan. Because listen, I get approached by people all the time. Oh, Jeff, invest in this. Oh, come to this, come to that company. And I always have the conversations. And I say, well, tell me about it. Oh, this is our plan. And they give me this huge plan. Oh, look, this is our plan. This is how we're going to make money. I don't want that. I want, what's the vision? Tell me the vision behind what you're doing. Tell me, can I buy into that dream? And for those of you real estate agents, we did this last week. We're in Beverly Hills recording our business by design, and we talked a bunch about your vision and sharing your vision with the consumer, your mission statement, your vision statement, because there's a better chance that I'm going to buy with you or I'm going to use you when I believe in what you believe. When we have when not even to say believe, but I can see your vision. I can relate to your vision.
Okay.
I got to clap for that.
Yeah, I've been
So
meaning to give you a clap, but I was just,
he was worried that I was going to say something stupid.
I wasn't worried about that. I know you're very careful
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
selection of your words.
But if you think about that, it literally is. It's buying into a vision, and if you think about any great leader, any great mentor, any great politician who are truly great, not that, oh, one side likes them, the other side doesn't. You're talking about someone that everybody universally loved. It was all about their vision, not their plan. It was about the dream that they had. It's about something bigger than yourself. So why does someone do business with you? Why does someone go to your brokerage and not someone else's brokerage? It's
Well-
not because you're given a couple of extra points. And honestly, if they're going to you because you're giving a couple extra points, they're probably not going to stay with you long.
Right. They're going to go to the next lowest bidder the next time that they need to. You're like super orange on my thing. But it's okay.
You're very shadowed. See how I
Oh,
use that word this time?
This is how I
You need
am.
better lighting.
I'm trying to perfect the lighting at home. But I think to apply it to real estate or to speaking or to anything that somebody might be listening to now, it's instead of saying, it just makes sense, Jeffrey, with our plan here, with your, the tax deductions that you can get and interest rates and how you can negotiate the price rather than just saying, dude, this is American dream of homeownership. Guess what? You don't have to ask permission to paint the walls. You get to go play in the backyard with the kids. You get to do whatever you want because that's the dream. Freedom is the dream. And they go,
absolutely.
Freedom? I don't have to call a landlord for anything? No. But guess what? You also can't call the landlord for everything. That's also...
And think about it this way. So, and this is also the thing, like, why, we did this during our business plan. And so for the past, was it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? It was myself, Peter Hernandez, which is our president of Western Division, Dave Worth, who's VP of Growth for California, and Brad
Feldman.
Feldman. For Brad Feldman, one of our
BFG.
managers from, yes, Brad Feldman Group, who's a team leader and one of our managers from a California office. And we spent 3 days recording a business planning workshop. And it wasn't your traditional business planning workshop where write this number here, write this number there. And afterwards, the responses that I was getting from people were like, this is why we're with the brokerage. Like, you can go to Tom Ferry and get that. And Tom Ferry has a great business plan. Download it for free. But you weren't getting the conversation between four people talking about how we run our business and how you should run your business. And we spoke a lot about your vision and your mission statement, because this is more now than ever. People want to buy into what you do outside of real estate. Like,
Say it again.
especially if you're
Say it
millennial,
again.
especially if you're people want to buy into what you do outside of real estate. They want to see that you're a contributing member to society. They want to do, ready for this? They want to believe that you believe in something. You don't have to believe in the same thing, but they want to believe that you believe in something. So if you ask, and they did it, I don't know who asked, they did this with millennials. I can't think of the organization that did this, but they asked, what was like the top 3 things when you do business with someone? And in the top 3 was the business that I'm doing business back with, the business I'm purchasing something from, that they give back to the community.
Right.
And they didn't care how or why. Like, they didn't care, it was going to lost cats or lost dogs.
Right.
As long as it wasn't going to somebody political.
I think, like what you're saying, it's a generational difference, right? Where you look at the boomers, you look at the silent gen, they were like, they go to whoever had the biggest market share, whoever, had the biggest ad in the yellow pages, and that marketing and sales methods carries. If somebody's been in the business that long, they're still using that kind of differentiator. Where if I go in, just like you said, hey, out of every transaction, we donate to the Golisano's Children's Hospital where we live because we're doing something to make a difference in the community. That's one of the core values for millennials and the Z Gen. Like, forget about how much you sell. It's like, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. The old Zig Ziglar, and I mean, so many other people have said that beforehand.
And that goes back to, I have a dream, not I have a plan. Think about the people that you, because this thing, I believe you all need to be leaders, not only for the people on your team, not only for your family. You need to be leaders for your clients. You need to be leaders for your customers. You need to be able to lead that tribe in the right way. So the only way that happens is when people believe what you believe, when you share your belief. What are you laughing at over there? You're clicking the light.
Yeah.
He's so distracted. But me, I'm going to handle this for the next.
I got it all. This is called multitasking. What I'm really laughing about, I totally agree with everything you're saying. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
But what I was laughing about is like, I'm trying to fix these things while we're talking, and then my light, which is holding my cell phone, falls off, and I'm going to use that I'll use that in some kind of content, right? But then it fixed the problem. It somehow fixed the freaking problem with the echo.
But it probably hit a button that you didn't know.
Dude, I don't know.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Yeah. So what you may also be hearing is so we do this on Zoom also for the Element agents. So we have a couple agents in there.
Mike,
so that's
go ahead.
Mike from Florida.
Okay, so my question is this. My business model, Jeffrey, is I ran a securities brokerage firm for 30 years. So I have 1,000 investment advisors whose clients, they're the most trusted advisors. So what I do is I constantly reach out to those investment advisors, and they all say to me, they'll send me every real estate lead they have.
Yep.
But I haven't gotten any so far. So
correct. Because that's what we say when we want to put people off. I'll send you people. It's how you're asking it.
Okay.
So totally different topic. So this is the thing. There's a difference between, hey, send me your clients, and would you feel comfortable introducing your clients that have a real estate need to me? What I'm asking, would they feel comfortable doing it, is different than are you going to? Because once they say they feel comfortable, so Jamie, I'm going to ask this.
Yeah.
Jeremiah, would you feel comfortable if one of your friends, family members, or coworkers had a real estate question? Would you feel comfortable introducing them to me?
I suppose.
Okay, that's very helpful, and it is a one.
So hold on, let me continue because it's not the rest. Okay. So Jeremiah, so when you hear a friend, family member, coworker looking for real estate, this is what you do when you do. Take out your cell phone, look at my number, and give me a call, and then me and you can discuss the best way to get into a conversation with them. Is that okay?
That's great. That's really helpful.
So what I did is I asked him if he'd feel comfortable first. Then I asked him, this is what you do when you do. Because you know what happens a lot of times? I have a client for J-Man, and if I don't know better, I just give the client J-Man's card and say, hey, call J-Man, call Jeremiah.
Right.
And they never do.
Never.
And they never do.
That makes 100% sense. And I'm a big believer that any sale is a series of small sales. So like you said, you're getting their permission, and then you're going, then you're asking the next question. So I'm going to try that.
So now I wonder, for the people on Facebook, could you hear him talking, or was that just me and J-Man hearing him talk? So if you're on Facebook and you can just hear Mike, just say yes.
Yes, baby.
Is it better to express our vision more than our mission? It depends. That was one of the questions. It depends. It depends. Listen, this data coming from someplace. It depends. A lot of times your vision is internal and your mission is external. But like your vision, again, no, I'm going to say people can buy into your vision. They can buy into your mission too. I think there can be an overlap between a mission and a vision statement. Absolutely, there can be an overlap.
Yeah, and I think sometimes the mission is internal, right? When you're trying to figure out what you're going to do or how you're going to get there, it's stick to the mission. So many times with organizations, they're like, well, let's do this. Let's donate. And this happened not too long ago where I'm part of a not-for-profit where our mission was to help people from Puerto Rico. Now there's another organization asking for our help to help the Dominican Republic and Haiti. And we're like, well, let's look at the mission. stick to the mission because we would love to help everybody if we could, but that's not why we were developed, right? That's not wasn't our original mission.
Absolutely. Yeah, I can't hear anyone talking on Instagram. You're getting all static. It's just static coming through. Hold on. Yeah, can you hear this? Do you hear that? Shh. Yep, static on Instagram. It's weird because Instagram is only the one place we never have problems.
I'm hesitant to put my phone back up on the thing because that's what
we lost it. We lost everybody on Instagram. We usually have a bunch of followers on Instagram. We lost we have like one person watching.
We got
and that's probably just me.
Cat?
No, Cat left too. That's just me.
Are you sure?
I don't know. So what else do you want to talk about?
Man,
who's on? If you're on, what'd you say?
You had it.
I was right. So if you're on Facebook,
she can't hear anyone talking on Instagram. Why the heck would that be?
Now I
can
say something.
I hear you on there.
Hold on. Say something.
Check.
Static coming through. You don't hear that? Talk.
Check.
You're static?
I hear you loud and clear on Zoom.
I know. Zoom's not the issue. It's static going through on Insta. That's weird. I've never heard static like an old cell phone. That's what it sounded like. Hello, walkie-talkie. So if you're on Instagram, jump over to Facebook. What else are we talking about?
I wanted to talk about stress-proofing your life.
I don't think that's a good time for you. So can I talk?
No, but it's different because I was watching this National Geographic thing with Thor, and it's not Thor, whatever his name is, Chris Helmsworth? Helmsworth? I just call him Thor, like we're on a first-name basis, but man, that looks good over there. Okay, we'll see what happens.
So,
you want to hear about the special?
Yeah, sure. Tell me about your special.
Okay. So this...
Because you are special, J-Man.
That's what my mama always said. No.
But she meant it in a different way, though.
Yeah. It's okay. But this show with Thor, it's about stress-proofing your life, and it's really, each episode he does a little bit something different. The first one, he was climbing on this crane, the highest.
And that's stress-proofing your life?
I'll get there. Bear with me. So he's going to the top of this tower in Australia to walk on a crane.
You said bear with you. I said grr. Get it?
How did we switch roles? How did we switch?
What happened? That's exactly what I just thought. I looked at him like, do I have a bear sound on here?
I'm trying to keep us on task, and he's derailing us. Like this is like a role reversal today.
I introduced you, and you introduced me. That's what happened.
It's just like
it's like that Freaky Friday. What's that show?
Oh, MG. Well, okay. So on the show, they talk about this has to do with self-talk and stress. You're gonna like this eventually when we get to it.
Eventually.
But he's on a crane, however, 100 stories up. And first they do it on VR, and they monitor his vitals and his oxygen level and his heart rate. And then she teaches him techniques to say, okay, rather than like, I'm gonna fall, I got this all day. I can do this. And so when he does it for real, it's amazing because then he walks out and his heart rate, by the time he gets to the end of this crane, spikes to like 189 beats per minute. And she's got his in his headphones. She's like, okay, all right, remember your breathing. Slow it down. You got this. This is easy. You can do this all day. And then he starts doing it. And then on the way back, because at first he's like, I don't know if I can get back. I don't know if I can walk back to the beginning.
I have to write myself a note. You just made me think of something.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm listening. No, I'm interested. That's why I write myself a note.
Yeah. And so he does the breathing and he does the self-talk. And then by the time he gets almost to the end, he's like doing the Daniel-san crane. He's so comfortable and his heart rate comes down to 70 beats, mid-70s, 74 beats per minute using these techniques.
Wow.
Okay.
You still got static on Instagram.
Well, it's probably because my phone dropped from this ceiling. Then the second time they do it, he's a fireman in an extreme fire, and he has to pull somebody out. And then the third time, it's extreme cold. He's in like the Arctic, in cold water. Each one of them is, go ahead. I want to hear what you have to say, and then I'm going to tell you more of what they did.
No, somebody asked you, so how do we relate that to what we do?
Well, prospecting.
Okay.
Getting in shape, right? If you want to be more fit in 2023, it's a matter of, and this is what I do every Wednesday.
That was an embedded command. You didn't even know you did it.
I know.
You did an embedded command. And You didn't even know you did it. I'm impressed.
Yeah. And so, thank you. Every Wednesday when I'm doing hills in the middle of winter, I'm stress-proofing myself in a way because I'm getting so used to being uncomfortable that I'm comfortable with it, so that when something stressful in my life hits, that I'm like, it's okay. I could do this all day.
Yeah. So I think a lot of times what we do, and I was writing myself a note because that's going to be one of for my little recordings. Not my little recordings, and so that Nar yelled at. They are so cute. It's my recordings. I haven't done one in a week because I was traveling for the past week, but I have a bunch of ideas for one. What?
You had such great backdrop to do one while you were traveling, like out on the patio.
Yeah, it just wasn't. I was.
Nice.
Yeah, it was just. Yeah, it just wasn't. A lot of great ideas. And actually, people were giving me ideas for my recordings. Anyway, so I think a lot of it is how we talk to ourselves more than anything else.
Right.
And to me, it's that internal monologue. It's not usually a dialogue. It's usually a monologue. Our internal monologue that says, "You're gonna fall. You're gonna fall. You're gonna fall. You're gonna fall," or they're gonna slam the door in your face. They're gonna yell at you, and you do it to yourself more than anyone else does it to you. Right. I used to go rock climbing quite often. I haven't done so, God, in probably 15, 20 years. I literally would do like legitimate indoor rock climbing, outdoor rock climbing.
You would never
think. No, there used to be a place on Staten Island that actually used to go to Jersey and climb real cliffs.
Oh, okay. Say that there's a place called the Brooklyn Zoo that's pretty cool that I went to. They have boulder.
Yeah, that's somewhat new.
Yeah, ninja stuff.
So, with me, it was you're never gonna think, "Oh crap, don't fall," because the second you think "don't fall," you fall. So it was hold on. It was one more hold, one more hold, one more step. That's what it was, and that's how you actually got to the top. Because the second you thought, "Oh crap, I'm gonna fall," you're gonna fall. Because this is what happens. You can't think about what you don't want to think about without thinking about it first. So if you think of yourself, "Don't fall," you have to think about falling.
Right.
And that's when he was walking on that crane. You don't say, "Don't fall, don't fall, don't fall." You say, I got this. One step after the other. It's all positive. Because if I say, "Don't think of a blue tree," you have to think about a blue tree before you can not think about a blue tree. It's the famous NLP. Don't think of a blue tree. Don't think of a purple dinosaur. You just thought of Barney. That sucks.
I love you.
You love me. But I think that's what it is. I think a lot of times a lot of times we defeat ourselves before anyone ever has a chance to defeat us.
Fear kills more dreams than failure ever will.
That was my mic drop. I'm done. Show's over.
Well, I mean, it's applies to so many different things. Like the ninja stuff that I do, you can only do that stuff with. You can't have a shred of doubt that you're not going to make it up. That the wall, the ramp, that thing is 12 and a half feet or 13, whatever it is now. I had a lot of challenges with that until I was like you have to commit. It can't be 3/4 of the way. It has to be, I'm going to get to the top, because there's a certain point where you have to launch yourself and believe that you're going to, and it's a lot easier.
What's the song?
What's
the song?
I Believe I Can Fly.
Nope. Started at the bottom.
Oh, now we're here.
At the bottom.
Start it. But that also applies to, like you said, door knocking.
I was waiting for you to bust out into rap.
No, that's off-brand. I wouldn't do that.
We definitely switched roles today. I'm putting rap songs, J-Man saying stuff's off-brand. So I want to.
You should do the polar plunge. You want to do the polar plunge this year? I'll come down.
No, I don't want to have a heart attack and die. I don't want to have a heart attack and die.
Remove the don't. Guess what just happened?
I want to have a heart attack and die? No.
It's the same concept, man.
I know that's not something I would ever. It's not something I'm ever doing.
I love it. And to train for that one, I would just turn the shower on cold for the last 30 seconds, and you start. There's actually health benefits to that. Whole nother story.
There's.
Get used to it and just.
Another story for a different day. Another story for a different day.
I do it in a Superman suit. I'm not kidding.
I can do it. Sometimes I just don't. I just don't.
Come out of the lake.
Because I'm not. Because this is the thing. I believe him when he says it.
And it's
like
true.
there's no like I think I'm like I know he's not lying. Some people are like, oh, he doesn't do it in a suit. No, I believe he does it in a Superman suit. I wouldn't doubt that at all.
So like I don't know about Applebee's in your area, but the Applebee's in our area has a lot of local stuff that they put on the wall. Like they'll be like the high school football. Yeah. Okay, that's a brand or franchise.
That's the thing, yeah.
And so for at least 2 years, huge
picture of you
on the side of the wall, I would get people doing selfies with it. Is Superman coming out of the frozen tundra of Lake Ontario, icicles coming off of me, just half frozen, like, ah. And that was raising money for Special Olympics. Again,
and they took it down?
After a few years. I mean, it was up for a while. It was great PR. They'd be like, there was a guy that looked like you, a Superman. I was like,
yeah, it was
my alter ego. And that's our brand is your real estate superhero. So that all goes in, you know.
Very cool. And they still started coming from your Instagram.
Well, I thought we gave up on that.
Okay.
Let's see. I don't understand how we could fix it.
I don't know either. There's just
it.
there's background static. And that's your news. Because anytime we have no one on Instagram, we usually have people that are interacting on it. There's nobody on Instagram right now. That's how I know audio's bad.
So J-Man or Jeff, can you tell me how you got your first listing?
For sale by owner.
Oh, that's great.
I'll tell my story. You tell yours. You want to go first?
Mine was actually a referral.
This is a good story. Thanks for asking, Mike. There was a for sale by owner, 75 Everclay Drive. I won't forget it. First listing ever. You should never forget your first time. And it was a red and white sign. I went and knocked on the door. Long story short, I listed it. I brought it into the office. My first listing, I was all excited. And the number one agent in the office came over to my little cubicle by the bathroom, the worst cubicle in the office, came over, knocked on the side of it and said, hey, that's my client that you listed on Everclay Drive. And me being the passive-aggressive young man that I was, I said...
Was that a bird or one of your kids yelling?
That was AJ yelling on the other side of the wall. He's watching a movie or something. I said, oh, wow, that's weird that it's your client. AJ, I'm on a live stream.
That's even better. It's not like I'm on a phone. I'm on a live stream. A couple thousand people could be watching this.
Yeah. And so he came over and goes,
real estate. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I said, oh, that's weird. I'm not sure how this works, but if it was your client, I'm not sure that I would have taken the listing, right? Yeah, I don't know. And so he goes, well, you bought the listing. You know, if you've been in the business long enough, that means that you took a listing at too high of a price. It'll never sell. That you just basically bought it because you gave them the price that they were looking for. And I said to him, well, who knows? I'm new at this. He goes, I told him, this was 2005. He goes, well, $99,000 what I told him, you're never going to sell it at $114,900. And I said, okay, well, we'll see what happens. 2 weeks later, I sold it for $112,000. I went and knocked on his door. We're going to call him John Masters because that's what it was his name. He's out of the business now. And I said, oh, John, look at that. Blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while, I guess. Sold for $112,000. And he goes, and I walked away. My first listing. My first true listing was my first listing was a referral, and it was someone that actually had mortgage for. And J-Man, we can see you. Nice door. He's following him around. Nice. You have on bare feet. Dude, your camera just. That's great. Oh, your camera followed you around.
J-Man, we love your slippers.
I'm unlocked now.
Nice bare feet.
Your slippers.
They're Sasquatch feet.
Oh God! Oh, that made my day. That two things.
You guys missed it on Instagram. We'll show you that later. My son's watching the World Cup. That's what it was. He's watching. So on the other side of here, we have a not on this side, but we have a 10-foot screen HD projector with all the goodies. So somebody scored or something. He was very excited.
It sounded it.
Yeah, the USA is up 1-0.
Okay.
So, I lost my train of thought.
You're talking about your first listing being a referral.
Yeah, my first listing was a referral from, because I'd done mortgages first, and it was someone I did a mortgage for. They called me up and said their cousin was looking to sell, and that, I'm in real estate now because they used me for real estate. But my first California. My first non-referral came from a door knock. And I knocked that door once a week for like a month. And finally, like, yeah, come on, talk to me. That's it.
You.
What do we have here?
I don't know. This audio on Instagram is driving me crazy. So what else we got going on? Who's on Facebook? Anybody good on Facebook? Not anybody good on Facebook. Anybody on Facebook want to chime in for a topic?
Chime in. Do a personalized video for every single A+ client that you have. There's your message for today.
Okay.
I'm going to send out a thanks to everybody, but then my A's and A+ people, it'll take me a few hours, but just a simple 30-second or less like, hey, Jeffrey, you know what? I just want to say thank you so much. I never would have known how great the carrot cake is at Ocean Prime without you.
The carrot cake Ocean Prime is really good. Carrot cake Ocean Prime is really good. All right, what else we got going on?
I thought you were chock full of topics today. You lost it.
I give like 4 topics.
Oh wait, well here's another good idea, because Jeffrey kind of mentioned this, but he didn't realize that he did either. That when you're going to have content creation ideas when it comes to social media and video, and you start to become a creator, and maybe the timing for you to make it at that moment is not right. Maybe you don't have the equipment because you feel you need to have certain things, or the ambiance, or the environment, or whatever. Before you lose that idea, either have a digital note-taking. I like to use I use Google Keep. I don't know, or I also have like a little notebook that I like to write things down, where if I have an idea, I write it down so I don't lose it. Now I have a list of things to do, videos to do in the future.
So I use a little notebook if I'm at my desk or something. I have one here. I have one at both offices, and then I actually will send myself a text message. Like if that's something like, oh, that's a good idea, I'll send myself a text message. Because I know, boom, it's right there. And it's just easier for me to have it twice.
I said it to myself. I do that with Instagram ads and Facebook ads where I want to buy stuff. I'll go there and I'm like, I'm not going to give in. But then I'll text myself the link to the whatever.
Just in case.
Just in case.
Just in case.
So now I have in my text like, here's the new, what I keep getting is the Pivo, the Pivo. It holds your phone and it'll automatically follow you.
No, but now that you said it, my phone's going to hear that you said it, because we're on Instagram. We're both here together, and I'm going to start getting bombarded with those.
Say what?
Oh, Holly's got a question. Holly, on a broker owner level, if an agent decides not to produce for months, do you get rid of them? Good question. So, what do you mean did they decide not to produce for months? Was it an active decision that now for the next 3 months I'm going to go on vacation and not do anything? Or is it just they haven't done business? I think before you let anyone go, you need to have a conversation. What I've noticed is if you have a producing agent who is producing very well, and all of a sudden they stop putting in listings for a month or two, you need to have a conversation with them, because a lot of times they're ramping down business with you because they're going someplace else. So it's a conversation you should have with them.
Well, and I think it's important to note that if you have a lot of millennial or Z Gen agents and you're an X Gen or Boomer, you want to get the most production possible out of people. You want them to work because you're a worker and you're a hustler and you're used to doing all these things, where maybe I just want to work to live. I want to work just enough so I can go climb the mountains and be on vacation and do all that. But you're trying to get, 30 million production out of me, and I only want to do 10 because I want to work 20 hours instead of 60. So
I agree.
Make sure their vision and mission is in line with yours, and you just, whatever their potential is. And make sure that they're, man, I have a video that I'm going to do, whether later today or tomorrow. I'm going to wait till I'm in my office studio. But it's about motivation, and the guy talks about, he goes, okay, so you say money's your motivator, right? Yeah. Okay, let's say I give you $1 million. You know the one I'm talking about?
Love that video.
Let's say I'll give you $1 million today, but you lose all your family. Is that okay? No. Well, no. Family's important. Okay, what if I give you $1 million today and you're going to die tomorrow? I guess health is important.
So health's more important.
Right, yeah. So that's my next one. What's the third one that he says?
It was relationships, health, and relationships, health, and time.
Yes.
Those are 3. It's relationships. If I was going to give you $1 million with your whole entire family, so relationships are more important than money. If I was going to give you $1 million and you're going to get cancer and couldn't spend it. No, so your health's more important. And then the time was if I gave you $1 million, but you're off the earth tomorrow. Same premise. So the time's more important. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
I believe
well,
that's
and
true.
I think it's when people, when they're trying to figure out what their goals are, what they want to achieve. It's like, it's not, you don't want to make money. It's what you're going to do with the money or what you can make happen with that money, whether it's improve the quality of life for your family or whatever that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we talked about that in the business planning, that, a lot of people set goals, but I was teaching that let's create outcomes, because there's a difference is what outcome do you want to achieve is a different question saying what's your goal. Because your goal may be, I want to make $150,000. But what is the true outcome? What's the outcome you want to achieve? And let's work towards that outcome and state that outcome come well-formed. Make it a well-formed outcome opposed to just a goal. And that has to do with the reason or the meaning behind what that goal actually is. So Holly continues, she doesn't want to work in the summer and has said that wants to lay by the beach. Doesn't do anything other than the leads you provide. Maybe there's someone else you can provide them that they're going to close them 24 hours, 12 months out of the year. Yeah, I think you have to have a conversation. When you have a non-producing agent, the first step you have to do is have a conversation with them.
And what's your model? What's your business model too?
Yeah, because some business models are, get as many agents as you can, as many licenses as you can, to say, oh, we're the biggest brokerage in city, state, area. Nope, can't hear you, J-Man. You're out. Got nothing.
What? You can't hear me?
No, there's a delay now. It's weird.
It's a flock.
Let's just end this on this, because today's one of those days.
Just one of them days that a boy goes through. Let's play some music. I'm going to play some Christmas.
All right, we're out, everybody.
Hold on. Wait a second.
No, don't. Did you say we're going to play Christmas music?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I'm going to play holiday music. Okay, is that better?
No, I don't want it. I don't want it. I'm going to disconnect.
You can.
People are laughing at us. But
I just said, oh, wait, hold on. Before you go, I downloaded all these. Ready? This is going to be good. You're going to like this.
Self-destruct initiated. Have a nice day. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Don't let it hit. Don't let it hit.
3, 2, 1.
I stopped it. I have a bunch of robots.
Feel better now.
Yeah, that's good.
Feel better
that's
now.
Good stuff.
All right, we're done with this. This was much to say about nothing.
My name is Jeremiah J-Man Monero.
And I'm Jeffrey Scott Stanton.
Today's gonna be a good day. Gonna be a good day. Today's gonna be a good day.
See, look, he's back to his normal self. You see that?
Negativity out of my face.
We got him back.
I want positivity in my space.
I'm done with the
Today's
intro.
gonna
That's
be
not
a
working
good
well today.